Alright, we're going to try this again because yesterday I ran into a whole slew of technical difficulties and got quite frustrated. But, don't know if you remember, but apparently it's been 3 years since I said we were gonna start a YouTube channel. And I clearly have not done that. But it's been a wild 3 years, both here and in my personal life. A lot of big changes, all for the better. Been exciting watching that video, how much the space has changed in that time. Really happy with everything here. But gonna give it a go, and not really sure what direction exactly videos are always gonna be or be going. Have some ideas. I want to do some deep dives into production, of course. I want to talk more about each individual batch. Not just tasting notes, but like how they were aged and what my line of thinking was going into them and stuff like that. But I also want to talk to artists, musicians, bartenders, just people in and around like the Columbus scene, and talk to people about what gets them excited about what they're creating, and kind of do more of a, I guess, lifestyle kind of thing. Because making liquor I enjoy, but it's really creating is what I'm passionate about. I want to talk to other people that find out how they're doing that, how it ties in with their life, and so on. But for now, give you a couple updates on stuff I have out now and stuff coming out very soon. First up is the newest batch of Pipe Dream. Real hyped on this one. Very tasty. Batch number 11 if you're looking for it. But the last batch was straight New American Oak, as most of them have been. I've done a couple limited releases in the experimental series aged in like quad beer barrels and stuff. But most of the regular Pipe Dream has always just been straight New Oak. The last batch was 4 years old. This batch is 5 years old, but not all New Oak. I actually spent a good amount of time, I think 2 of the 5 years, in X Smoke from my Dear Johnny, used barrel from that, and X Wine barrel, or not wine, X Brandy barrels from the Echo collab with the Forgotten Brandies. And it was interesting because it's one of those ones where I just kind of shuffling things around and wanted to try something different, so I racked the already aged rum over into that barrel. And this has only happened to me a couple times, luckily, but about a year in, I tasted it and it was awful. And I was like, oh no, I just ruined a lot of rum. So I just put it back and figured I'd address it later, or if I needed to, just redistill it into writer's block and strip out the flavors I wasn't into. But checked it again last time I was pulling stock, and it had completely turned around, and it is my favorite batch of Pipe Dream that I have put out to date. So really tasty. Check that out if you're into Pipe Dream. It's a little bit different. The last batch, while I liked it a lot, 4 years and all New Oak, it really felt like it was starting to get overpowered by the barrel. As most of you probably know, most rum doesn't even go into brand new barrels. It usually goes into used bourbon barrels. I like the initial surge of flavor I get from the New Oak, but after about 4 years, it was really kind of peaking for my taste, my preference. Other new product I'm real excited about. I actually have to bottle it. I just distilled it the other day. I'm proofing it down right now, but it is our new gin. Many of you are familiar with Clawfoot, which is very herbaceous, a lot of rosemary, bay leaf after the juniper. Fun thing with gin, wide open to interpretation. And so I always knew we would do more gins. I didn't know when it would happen, and finally this year started pushing to make that happen. And so the new gin coming out in just a couple days actually is Cloudbreak. This one is very citrus forward. It's kind of a tiki inspired gin, obviously. So juniper, of course. But then I've got toasted coconut, almond, and orange peel are the big flavors after the juniper. This is also the second label with the new branding. I've been working on redesigning the labels for a while just to kind of freshen them up and give them a little bit more of my like kind of punk rock DIY aesthetic. So they're all going to start having the names in the little band straight across there. And I'll probably actually start changing up the images every couple of batches or so as I see fit, but you'll still be able to recognize it. Real excited about that. With this coming out, I am going to be retiring Writer's Block. This was the second spirit I made starting this place up. I wanted a counterpart to Dear Johnny, something on the other end of the flavor spectrum. I'm really proud of this. It has its fans, but it has been a slow mover, and unfortunately sometimes things don't make the cut. I semi-retired it over a year ago, and some people were asking for it, so I brought it back. Those people got it, and the rest of it has just been sitting. So, gonna put that into retirement. We'll see if it stays there. Other stuff. If you haven't tried it yet, Bloodbound is out. This was the first one with the new label. Really proud of this. For someone who said they would never do vodka, just ever as a distillery. This is our third vodka, and it's kind of piggybacking off of the Late Night Slice collaboration, the Pizza Pichuga, which was a lot of sun-dried tomato, garlic, basil, pep, and parm. Most people end up putting that in Bloody Marys, so I wanted to make something specifically for Bloody Marys. I don't know if you're like me, but years ago I stopped putting regular vodka in Bloodies just because it was boring. I wanted something to have more flavor, so I'd usually do gin or tequila, and then I started making my own stuff to put in it. Bloodbound is packed full of sun-dried tomato, of course, but also a bunch of horseradish, chili peppers, actually chilies that I grew myself at home, celery seed, black pepper, and really tasty. Also will wake you up just as a chilled shot. Couple other things. Have an article coming out this month in the Clintonville Spotlight, just talking about where I'm at now versus where I started, what keeps me going, how things have changed. They've been good to me. This is our third or fourth time being in there, I think. Also, if you are an artist or know any artists, send them my way. I'm always looking for new artists to show here. I don't have a ton of wall space, don't get a ton of foot traffic, but that's been a big part of what's changed the last few years, is trying to incorporate more art. Like I was saying earlier, I want to tie everything together. I've realized my life is like kind of always circled around creating, and I ended up starting a distillery to find myself back where I wanted to be back when I was much younger and less gray, where I just wanted to have a life centered around creating stuff, art, music, now liquor, and it's a lot of fun, but I want to bring other people into the fold and show other people stuff and learn from other people. And so send people my way. Tell your friends and family, anyone you can, about us. Word of mouth, huge for me. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, of course. I'm assuming if you're seeing this, you already are. But tell other people too, invite them. This is going to be going up on YouTube. I'm going to try and keep up on that, and there'll be new episodes coming out soon. We'll try and do at least a couple a month, and we'll see where the format ends up. It'll change over time, I'm sure. That's all for now. Thank you. Take care.